Quarterfinal number 1 is done and dusted. Kanoa Igarashi maintains a perfect head-to-head record over Ethan Ewing. 3 victories now, and we're going to get some new history between these two. J.Smith up against M.Cibilic. Firstly as a championship tour competitor, now as a wild card here this year.
Yeah, Morgan opens up with a smaller wave from deep on the bowl. Just gets a little shimmy off the top there. A little bit out of control, but starts to tidy up. Difficult wave to surf with all these ridges and bumps and foam. Smashes that end section though.
This is going to be a lot of fun, and Jordy's up at the moment, driving out onto that open face. Jordy chasing a second Bell's title in 2025, coming off the back of a win in El Salvador. He's looked sharp, the big man, as he throws it up over that final section. A little junky.
You can see Jordy's on a bigger wave.
Yeah, Jordy using the body here, swooping back towards the pocket. The boys both picking off some junky ones to get things going, and very smooth. Pretty interesting battle here, you know, like Jordy's probably going to rely on throwing a bit of new school tail drifting stuff going on, but Morgs is like that.
You know, it was a little different to what we've seen from him so far in the comp. He's been so aggressive on those outside sections. He's got great rail turns himself, but he needs to hit the cymbals hard, and that's a bit more like it from Morgan, who splits his time between Angari, a really popular surf town that he gets a lot of support from, and the crowd making some noise. Dakota Walters, his good mates down here cheering him on as well, but he also is part of the Merriweather Board Riders Club. And
well, let's have a look at what happens on this ride. So it was a tricky ride to surf, or wave to surf actually. He had to pick his line really well. Big sweeping cut pack to start off, then connects with the lip there. And then on this third carve, just again has to sort of pick the line in between the chops. But then he throws everything at that final move, like you said, Vaughn. And for a second there, we thought he was going to get bumped off. But he keeps control. Watch him kick the fins here. Bang, a real weightless, turbulent moment there under the board. You really have to muscle yourself down and reconnect with the wave face.
Yeah, it was a big improvement on his first ride. I felt there was some nerves in his first wave.
That's the highest ever scoring final. So, yeah, he loves it here.
He sure does. Morgan has the lead and is onto his third ride now, trying to better a 4.83. This one stretches out and shuts down. Doesn't give him a whole lot.
Sneaky under prio, but did in that first turn have a little bit more about it. Like, he's freed himself up here with that last manoeuvre.
The foam climb. This was Morgan.
Morgan trying to dish his 4.83. It was always feeling like a backup replacement, this wave. He came from so deep. Gets a nice swoopy cutty in, but it never really provided much opportunity. Didn't even bother with his inside bit. He was just like...
The applied pressure with the 2 7-point rides that helped him get it done. J.Smith digging in. That was a huge turn.
Yeah, digs into it's like a mid-face layback hack. Comes through to the inside, and Jordan connects. These last couple of turns, and then yeah, you can see Jordy pushing for Morgan to have a look at this wave, and there was just so much on the face. It was really nothing he could connect with. Sketchy bottom turn.
And looks engaged here. He's going to take this ride. Let's see what he can do with this first section. It's nice and steep. Cuts it short so he can get on top of this section. It's a good read for the opening combo. Was in danger of overcommitting to that first carve. It was a tricky, lumpy section. Has some speed to attack the inside. Kicks that tail. Trademark stuff from Smith.
Game on here. 6 minutes 40. Jordy gets the first bite. Drives off the bottom. Hacks that one. Cuts it short as well, Rich. But that up and over was just beautiful extension. Heaps of speed. Oh, this is good stuff. Both surfers having moments of that really shine during these rides. On the inside, he'll get a big finish with the tweak. Is there a bonus on the end as well? Don't know, but I mean...
This one behind him on the second wave of the set, which has typically been a lot cleaner. We've got Morgan looking to add some extras as well, and he gets a nice finish. I think Jordy has fans all around the world, but I think it's safe to say with all that Challenger Series crew and a tight-knit community down here, and this being the home of Rip Curl, that Morgan's probably got a bit more support on the beach.
Let's have a look at the replay here of M.Cibilic, patiently waiting off the bottom, jams it off the top, comes around this big section. He's not done yet. Again, another nice clip off the lip. A beaut.
Wouldn't even look that weird to see Jordy carrying Morgan around in a baby Bjorn. But Morgan's got the size in his surfing, and it's keeping him in front at the moment. He's chasing a 7.43, uses his priority. He's got a lot of speed. There's a bit of white water on the face, drives into this first section, hammers it. Big layback jam to get started. Now goes to the rail. Deep carve. The wave's starting to flatten, but this one's going to stand up for him on the inside. Smith, a foamy section to deal with, gets a finish. Looking like the Provan Summons Trophy for rugby league fans. But here it is, the replay. Take us through it, Rick. It was a strong opening move from Jordy.
An aggressive gaff to start things off. A big swoop, nice and high in the lip. Another big roundhouse cutback, gets the rebound. An important finish here for Jordy. A little lip gliding floater, and then the flex.
Has a flex, and right behind him is Morgan. He's trying to better a 6.83 here. Will he need a score? He's going to surf it like he does, and he's going to throw everything at that final section once again and just drifts across that lip, awesome. Rides out. J. Bottle Thompson likes what he sees, and the crowd eats it up as well. What a heat, what a way to finish the day. Let's see what Morgan did on the outside, because we know, again, he got the incredible finish.
Had to wait a little while to get going on this one. Comes through onto the inside, rips the lid off that section. And at this stage, you're thinking, wow, what is Jordy going to get? Well, Morgs doesn't know, so he's just going to hammer the last section, gets the board up and over. That was explosive.
Well, you got to give the nod.
Incredible scenes here. Amazing for M.Cibilic.
He had the sting out the lip. He had the release in the tail. He threw a bit more risk. Jordy strong. He was powerful.